Hello everyone, happy Wednesday, happy to craft and chat with Tracy. I've been wanting to create one of these crafts for a while. Oh goodness.
One of these
I always have my I always have my volume up so that I can hear myself, so that then y'all can hear me. So I just needed to turn that down. Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. So glad to be back with you crafting today. If you're watching live now, there will be a red live button up here at the top. If not, that means you're watching on the replay, and I'm so glad that you are here. If you don't know me, my name is Tracy, and I craft here at Country Charm by Tracy, and I am so excited to be here with you today. Like I said, I've been wanting to do one of these crafts, and I'm like, okay, girl, Good Friday is Friday, so you need to go ahead and do it, And so I said, well, I'll just come on live and, just kind of let's see. I was on my personal page, so let me flip to my, I have the new profile on Facebook that has, you can switch between your personal profile and then your business profile. And so I'm getting used to it, but it kind of like, it'll comment as my real, as my name, like on the personal profile, or if I'm on my business, it will comment as the business. Hi, Terry. I'm so glad that you're here today. Guys, if you're watching on the replay, I'm so glad that you're here. If you're watching later on Facebook, I will upload this to my YouTube channel. I am so glad that y'all are here. Just say hashtag replay. What that does is that lets Facebook and YouTube know, hey, I want to see more of this content. Or if I want, it just kind of helps our pages and our YouTube channel to like get suggested in people's feeds and that kind of thing. And so any interaction that y'all give to us, that is free. It's free to y'all, but it helps us creators out tremendously. And so if y'all do that, just hashtag, replay, like it, love it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave me a comment, any interaction. Hi, Judy. So nice to see y'all. Okay. So, like I said, I've been wanting to create one of these projects for, a while. And I was looking through Pinterest last night just to get like inspired. And so I was looking through some of my saved pins that I have on Pinterest. I know if you are a Pinterest user, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I was looking through that and I said, okay, well, yeah, I want to make one of those. And I'm like, oh, wait, you need to go ahead and get that done because Good Friday is Friday. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so welcome. My name is Tracy. I craft here at Country Charm by Tracy. I love to share crafty ideas with a bit of rustic country charm. It has kind of a whimsical feel to it as well because I love all of the old school, kind of paint splatter, happy dots, all of that stuff. Anyway, so what I'm doing first is I have this, what I'm going to do today is make an arrangement, but I'm not going to glue anything down, only because I want to, have it for the season and to represent, what we are going to be, that's coming on Friday. Jesus died for us on the cross, but the tomb is empty because Easter morning he is risen. He is risen. Hi, Debbie. Happy Wednesday to you. Anyway, so what I have, I'm going to make this arrangement in this little box. It actually is a drawer, and my mother-in-law had given this to me many years ago, and she said it came from my husband's grandmother, and we all got a drawer like this. And guys, I use this all of the time in my decorating. I put my bowl fillers in it. I just put like little decorative stuff, so I don't want to use it, and I'm wiping it off because because I use it all the time and it's probably dusty. Anyway, but I had some bowl fillers in it, and you know, just primitive bowl fillers. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make that a... Hi Gail, I'm so glad that you're here too. I'm so glad. Okay, so that's what this little box is a let me see how wide it is. Let me see how wide, let's see, where is my, get my ruler. Let's see, that's 12. It's about a little over 14, it's about 14.5 inches. And so, and then let's see, this is like about 4.5. Anyway, so it's about 14 by 4.5. And so like I said, I've had it for years. Oh my goodness, my ruler will not go back in there. I will, I kind of, the Facebook's kind of messing. I can see I'm good here on my phone, but I can see when I'm watching it back on my computer, it's kind of going in and out. And so anyway, I'm going to keep going because I still see the red live button up here, and I'm going to keep going, and hopefully things will work out. FB, we've had enough. We want to craft today and get this done. Anyway, okay guys, so this is what I am using. It is a little drawer that came from my husband's grandmother. I've had it for many years. You know, anyway, so that's why I don't want to do anything permanent in there. Hi Patricia, it's Treadle sewing machine drawer. Okay, yes, that sounds about right. Hi Vicky. Anyway, so I have that, and then I just have some different styrofoams that I'm using. And anyway, I'm going to go ahead and bend you down so that I'll show you everything. It'd be easier than for me to, you know, kind of tell y'all what I'm doing. Hi Kathy, I'm so glad that you're here. Anyway, so I'm also going to be using different styrofoams. Hi Jessica. Just blocks of styrofoam, and then to give it some height, I am such a hoarder, guys. These little blocks are from when my oldest son, from in his nursery. His name is Skylar, and so I just pulled these out. Anyway, it was from in his nursery. Anyway, Scott, and I must have the L and the R. I just pulled out 4 of them. Anyway, so that's what this is, and I'm going to just use they're so worn, they're so loved. They're probably 20, he's 25, so they're 25 years old. I have found them like at a I think a craft show. You know, these were really, really popular back in the day. Anyway, so what I'm going to do every time because they fit perfect in this, they're the right size. Let me see what size they are. 3.5 by 3.5. So they're 3.5 by 3.5 blocks. And so I'm going to just put those in there just to give it some height, just like that. Now, since I did not want to glue anything down, I'm not going to glue my styrofoam down. But I'm sitting here looking at the other things. So this garland is what I'm going to be using for the greenery. And I had gotten this garland from Walmart. Now I've had, you know me, I'm a craft hoarder, so I've had this for a couple of years. It's a 6-foot eucalyptus garland that came from Walmart. My Walmart does have like the long garlands. Hi Jamie Lee. Hello, welcome. Anyway, so I don't want to cut this, so I'm going to see if I can get that to work. Now I'm going to be making the 3 cross you know, design in my little drawer. And so these are the crosses that I'm going to use. And so let me tell you, I pulled these out, and I like these because they already had the little stands on them. And they're from the Dollar Tree. And of course I bought them because it had this beautiful saying on it, but I'm going to be using the back, and I'm not going to take them apart because, like I said, this is just, I don't want to glue anything down. I'm just kind of making this to be temporary. And so then for the bigger cross that's in the middle is this wood cross. This one came from Hobby Lobby, and it said Summer Craft 2013. So I really don't think that I had it that long. Maybe I did, guys. I am a craft hoarder. But Summer Craft, you can get these crosses. You can get them at the Dollar Tree now. And I even think that they have some with stands on it. But I just didn't have anyone with the stand. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a little stand. Anyway, but it came from Hobby Lobby. It said Summer Craft blank wood. So I think maybe in the like Vacation Bible School or Summer Craft section at Hobby Lobby, it's a separate section that they have. Anyway, you can find these little crosses like that. And so then to give my cross something to stand on, I'm going to make a little stand for it. But I want to go ahead and get those. I'm going to use some antique wax for my crosses. Hi, Janisa. Well, Tanya is so sweet, and I am so glad that she sent you my way. I hope that you like what you see. If you like country crafts, that's what I do here, try to do here. Just taking a baby wipe and gonna just stain this up a bit. Well, I love that you're here, Janisa. If anyone else is new, welcome. Just let me know that you are new. Like I said, if we're live, there's a red live button up there in the top. If not, that means you're watching the replay. And I still want to know that you are new so that I can give you a special welcome to my page on Facebook or either on YouTube, because people are always, always discovering. We're always discovering new people and new friends. Anyway, so I'm just using a baby wipe and just some antique wax. This is my favorite way to stain my woods, and of course I get stain all over my fingers. And so anyway, I've had this craft pinned. I think it was something that was sold on Etsy, and I've had it pinned on my Pinterest board. And so yesterday, I wasn't feeling the best yesterday. I was kind of had some allergies going on and just kind of feeling very, just not okay. And so I did laundry and cleaned up the house a little bit. And then I just didn't do a whole lot. I had Chicago Fire is on Tuesday on ION channel, and so I had that playing while I was cleaning house and doing laundry. And I've already seen all of those episodes because I am a Chicago Fire, well, all the Chicagos. So I had that on, and I was like, okay, I really just didn't feel good. And so then when my husband came home from work, he works 6:30 to 3, and then by the time he picks up our high schooler from high school, he's a freshman, he's not driving yet. Guys, he has no interest in starting to try to learn how to drive. This totally blows my mind. Totally blows my mind. He'll be 16 in August. We do not have a driver's education anymore. We used to, me and my husband learned through driver's ed in school, but they don't have that anymore. It's all parent taught. And even when my older son, because my boys are 9 years age difference, and even him, we had to parent taught him, but we had, we did the driving part, but he was able to go through a community education to do driving. And so, or the book part. But now in Texas, or in my area, they don't have any kind of driver's education for students, so it's all parent taught. So he just doesn't have any interest in driving. And so I jokingly tell him, you're going to be a junior, senior, and your mama's going to be dropping you off at high school. Anyway, so I went ahead and painted all of those. Oh, I forgot to paint these. And so Janisa says they paid 2 grandchildren's guidance, $300 each. It's amazing. Are you talking about for the driver's ed? We don't have any option. We only have the parent taught. And so, you know, I'm gonna, of course, you know, when I said, all of your friends are gonna be driving, and you're gonna be the only one being dropped off at school by your mama, you know, trying to put a little guilt trip on him. And of course, then it's gonna be my fault because, you know, I didn't push him or whatever, because, you know, that's just how things are with teenagers these days. He just has gotten so used to me. I was like, you need to finish that driving. So anyway, the struggle is real when it comes to these teenagers. Hello, Cynthia. Janisa, what state are you in? I'm in Texas. Anyway, well, maybe it's just my town, just my area. We used to have driver's ed or somebody who taught it, but not anymore. Not anymore. Anyway, so with these crosses, I got these crosses from the Dollar Tree, and I wanted to keep them intact. I didn't want to, you know, take them apart. And so I'm just staining the back so that it all kind of matches. And of course, they're a different material. Hi, Sherry from Kentucky. Janice is in South Carolina. Anyway, of course, you know, probably once I get him where he starts driving, and I know him, he picks things up so fast, so easy. And I know that when he does start it, or like, I think he's just kind of terrified to drive a little bit. You know, just afraid of, you know, those jitters, those young drivers are like, oh my goodness, what if I have a wreck? What if I, you know, God forbid, you know, take someone's life? And I said, well, his name is Spencer. And I'm like, Spencer, every single time Dad and I get in the vehicle, and brother as well, we have to say a prayer, you know, and ask the Lord to, your guardian angel, to be with you and to get you at your safe. It's just an excuse. It's just an excuse. So these are how my crosses are going to go in my arrangement. And Jamie says she taught all of her 3 G kids to drive. Too bad I cannot ship my son to you, because you probably could do that as well. Okay, Kathy says, too expensive. My husband taught both daughters, and 2 grandkids think it's the generation. No desire to drive. Man has the patience of Job. Well, you are so lucky, and you are so right, Kathy. Yes, it's this generation. My older son is 25 now, but I remember back when he was 16, I would kind of have to push, you know? I'm like, don't you want to learn how to drive? He goes, not really. Oh, goodness. Oh, Jamie, you're sweet. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to get my middle cross to stand up, I have 3 Jenga blocks or tumbling tower blocks. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue 2 of them together to make the bottom part, like that. And I want to hold them together. Hi, Jessica. I'm so glad. Thank you. You're from YouTube. I am so glad. Guys, that's where I started. I started on YouTube, but, and I'm still there. I'm not going anywhere. I don't want any of my friends to think I'm not. I'm just expanding. So you're going to see me more, because I like to do these craft and chats, and then I upload them to my YouTube. All right. Anyway, so then what I'm going to do is glue this here so it stands up just right there. And then I kind of like try to get it so it kind of looks like that. I did not a very good job of putting stain on that, but it's okay because it's going to be covered. And then in the back, what I'm going to do is just glue this one like this. I would pay someone to teach him, but we don't have that option. We do not have that option. Oh, thanks, Jessica. Yes, to all of my YouTube friends, I am not going anywhere. You're actually going to see me more and more because I'm doing the craft and chats, you know, and then I upload it to, it's here on my Facebook, and then I upload it here to YouTube. So, so this is how my crosses are looking. So how I got that to stand up, I have 2 of those tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree, and then I just glued one up so it stands up just like that. And that's even cute just like that. But what I want to do is make an arrangement, put all of this together. Okay, so I don't think I need this anymore, so I'm going to get this out of the way. All right, so if you're just hopping on, this drawer, someone had put it in the, hi Mary Beth from Wyoming. This drawer is from my husband's grandmother, and so I don't want to glue things down in it, so I'm just kind of making a temporary arrangement. And if I decide that I like it a lot, then I will get my husband to make me something else so that I can make it more, you know, more permanent. Anyway, so then what I just have these little blocks from my husband, from my son's nursery. I use them for height, so I just put it in there like that. And one of the things that I wanted to share is what I like to use when I'm making things that are not permanent. I like these glue dots, these Zots glue dots. You can get them anywhere, like in the scrapbooking section or anywhere that, you know, like glues and stuff are sold. Anyway, it comes on a sheet like this. And so what I'll do is I will put them on here and just kind of, you know, give a temporary hold. So I'll put that on there, and it just gives, so I don't have to glue it down. So I'm just putting one on each corner. Hello, Selena from Louisiana. I am so glad that you're here. Hi, my friend Jessica Ruda. I know I don't say it right because I don't have that. You know, Janet, the Nanny's Nook says it wonderful. Miss Jessica, I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm torturing your name, sweet friend. Anyway, she has a page also, Jessica's Party Decor and More, and does amazing crafts. So how are you feeling, Jessica, from you had hurt yourself? Anyway, so it looks like FB is freezing on us again, but I'm good on my phone, so I'm going to keep going. All right, so I have some styrofoam, and what I'm going to do is use some of these dots for here. I didn't even worry about taking the paper off. What do you call that? Saran, not saran wrap. What is this plastic paper? Whatever it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And these glue dots are sticking to my finger. Anyway, so I'm going to put it in there. I put that in the middle. And then I have some of these other ones. They're like the little squares. Hi, Sue. Happy Wednesday to you. And these may not. These don't want to stick because they're on the styrofoam. So those don't want to stick. So, but that is okay because we're going to, I really just wanted this middle one to stick down. So I'm going to be making the 3 cross for Good Friday, and so I'm going to be just putting this all together in here. My styrofoam fell on the floor. All right, So I have this little piece that's cut. It's perfect. It's like if I would have cut it for, I couldn't have done any better if I would have cut it for it. Cellophane. Thank you, Sherry. Cellophane, the plastic cellophane. Yes, I just could not think about it. Anyway, so I just stuck that in there, and then I have one more because I'm going to cover it up, so it's all going to be covered. Now this one I do need to cut, and so I just use my serrated knife. I have one of these that stay in my craft room for cutting styrofoam and stuff like this, because you can just get right through there, just like that. And I do think I'm going to give it just a little hot glue so that those two blocks stay together. And it'll be just enough where I can, you know, so anyway, so this is the base of what I'm doing. The little drawer came from my husband's grandmother. It's an antique, so I don't want to like do anything permanent in there. All right. So then now what I'm going to do is I had pulled out for like to cover, I had pulled out this green Spanish moss. But then when I was looking through my drawer, I found that I have some of this brown Excelsior. I got this at Walmart. This I got at Joann's craft store. This is that's the only place in my area that I can find this fine Excelsior that I like. Y'all see me use the white or the ivory all of the time. I use that. And so I'm not sure if I wanted to, you know, since I'm doing the brown crosses, I was thinking, well, maybe I want to use this brown on here. And it's extremely messy, but I am used to it. I'm used to it. I don't know. I'm going to see. I may like this. I may like this better. Anyway, so I'm just kind of sticking it. Probably going to use this whole bag on here. I'm glad I picked this up over at Joann's. Let me pull this right here. So I'm just kind of, let me get I have this turntable, this Lazy Susan that I have in my craft room for projects like this. To kind of turn it around. I may end up using some of both, because see, I really thought that green was going to cover it, because I have like the whole package of it, and so I will just stick it down in there. So anytime this Excelsior is joking me, anytime I'm working with floral, any kind of floral, I just put it on this little Lazy Susan and twist it around, and it just works wonderful. It works wonderful. And I know you can still see some of the green, but I'm going to, you know, cover it up, and I'll use some of the green. Janisa says, I have some that I've picked up at thrift stores. I love to use them to paint with. Awesome. Fantastic. So Janisa must be a painter. You know, at one time well, my business name, when my husband and I first started doing craft shows back in the 90s, I had picked Country Charm. It was just Country Charm. And then we did craft shows. We did wood crafts, like hand-painted wood crafts. And I did wood wreaths, like painted things on grapevine wreaths and stuff. Anyway, and then when the internet, you know, started, well, countrycharm.com was taken. So then I picked, he said, my husband is the one who came up with it. He said, well, why don't you just put Country Charm by Tracy? And I'm like, are you okay with that? Because you know, he and I did the wood crafts together. He is my woodcutter. And so what I'm doing now, guys, is I'm just sticking this in there. And so he was okay with it because, you know, we had done it together. Anyway, so we did that. So I had Country Charm by Tracy. And then we went by that. I had like a little website, little web store, and the internet has just changed tremendously. And so then when I had my son, my youngest son, in 2006, and I was just kind of getting tired of the craft show circuit kind of thing. So what I'm doing now is I'm using some of this greenery. This greenery is from Walmart. It's called Spanish moss, but it's green. It's not the usual gray color. Anyway, I may add some more to it. Anyway, so then, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to add lots more. All right. So then when he was, Spencer was born with ADHD, and if any mamas have children with ADHD, you feel my pain. And so he just, you know, really did not allow Mama to craft much, even though I tried to get him to, you know, get him set up with all of his, you know, get him, you know, he wanted to do exactly what I did. Like, if I would be working on, like, just something like this, you know, I would set up his little art table and he would craft, you know, I'm like, oh, come on, you know, make me a picture. Oh, no, he wanted exactly what I was doing. And so it just got to be frustrating. It got to be frustrating. And so, yeah, I had to, like, let that go. And so then that was in 2000. He was born in 2006. So I think 2008, that's when kind of said, okay, I've had enough. Oh, and then another thing, I pulled these out for this purpose. These are just U-pins, you know, that you can get big old thing of these at the craft store. And so I just stick them in my florals, you know, because they just, you can pull them back out or they can stay forever. Anyway, so then in 2008, I guess that's when we stopped doing that. And then in 2009, after Christmas, I ran across a Cricut expression. And so that was a die cutting machine, and that I didn't have to bother my husband. Anyway, so I started making cards, and that's when I actually started my YouTube channel, was back in 2009. And so, but it wasn't a community back then. It was just I had a blog. And so then when I went to, you know, get a blog, like get a blog name, a domain. So this is what my box looks like now. So I have this brown Excelsior, and then I have this green on here as well. Okay, so let me tell you the greenery that I'm using. Now, this garland came from Walmart. It's called a 6-foot eucalyptus garland. So I'm going to try, I want to keep it together, but I loved it because look at all the different textures and stuff. But the bad thing is all these little things fall off. Anyway, all these things fall off. So what I thought that I would do is I'm going to try to keep it together as best I can. So what I'm going to do is stick this, like the end of it. I'm going to take a U-pin. So that's why I pulled out my pins and stick that. Anyway, so YouTube was not a community like back then. It was just a place to upload your videos. It was just a platform to upload your videos. It is not what you see now. So I'm just getting my U-pins and just sticking them in the styrofoam. Hey, Selena, thank you for sprinkling or spreading the charm, guys. That is a free way that you can help us crafters out, is just by sprinkling or spreading the charm. That it just means to, you know, S-H-A-R-E. I don't know why FB does not like us to say that. So what I'm doing, guys, is I am just sticking, you know, just U-pins, just pinning it. I'm trying to keep this garland together as much as I can. And so I'm just, might need to get a few more U-pins. And so I haven't glued anything down with the exception of I just glued those two styrofoam things together. Anyway, so I'm trying to keep this together the best that I can, and the bottom keeps like pulling it down, so it's pulling my the weight out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and snip this tag off. So I'm gonna try to be creative, and I'm trying to have this where I don't cut it apart. And because the reason that I don't want to cut it apart is because I had bought these garlands, because I do make wreaths for a local gift shop. If y'all, I know some of y'all have seen that, and this is what I like to do, like on my grapevine. I like to spread out these garlands around the wreath, and I'll just tie them on with wire. Hi, Tammy. So glad that you're here. So I have it a little bit higher. I'm going to put the back. That's going to be the back. So this is the front. So if anybody's just popping on, just coming through, I'm just making the 3-cross arrangement in honor of Good Friday is on Friday. So I'm making that, and that's what we're designing. I'm not gluing anything down because I want to preserve this beautiful antique drawer that is after my my husband's grandmother. And so a sweet friend had shared that it's some kind of sewing box, and I'm not a sewer. My mother-in-law is, and so when she, you know, had given it to me many years ago, guys, I can't even. My husband and I are going to be married 27 years on the 29th of April. And so, yeah, we've been together a long time, and I've, you know, accumulated quite a bit of stuff. So anyway, this is how our box is looking so far. Thanks, Tammy. You're in Troy, Illinois. Well, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate anybody being here. And guys, if you're watching later on the replay, I welcome you to my page or to my channel. I would love it if you would follow or either subscribe to my channel because I do love, I'm going to put that to the side. Okay, so this is how our box is looking. And so what I wanted to do, my purpose today, guys, is I wanted to, you know, look at what you have around, and you can just like make you a temporary arrangement just by just, you know, getting some U-pins and just sticking things together. Now, I had also pulled this out. This is left over from a garland. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It had these pretty purple leaves on it, and it was a long garland like this, and I had done a wreath for it maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And yes, Judy K. Humphrey says she believes it's a drawer from the Treadle. I'm not sure how to say that. Sewing machine. Yes, from a sewing machine. Anyway, so it's beautiful, and I love to use it in my decor, so I don't want to just use it just for this, even though it would be special. I just love to, you know, put my different things in there. So I thought that I would put this, since it has this little purple tint on these leaves. Isn't this beautiful? Anyway, so now let's see. These little crosses, I had got these crosses from the Dollar Tree, and I just stained the back. I just used some antique wax, and oh, here, just some antique wax and a baby wipe. Got that on. This cross right here is from Hobby Lobby, from the summer section, like where the kids vacation Bible stuff is. Anyway, and I just made a stand by just using 2 tumbling tower blocks and a little, you know, no, 3 tumbling tower blocks, just one to make it, kind of give it, you know, to stand up. Anyway, so what I thought that I would do, and then I just covered it up with some Excelsior. These little dots like this are great for, I like to use those in my crafting or in my decorating when I'm not going to, when I want something that's not permanent. Probably need another one. These little dots, you can get those at anywhere scrapbooking is sold. Anyway, so back to my YouTube channel. It started out, I started doing cards, and I wanted to learn how to use my Cricut Explorer. And so that's when I discovered YouTube, because I went to YouTube and discovered some people that were doing, oh, got it backwards. It was facing me. People were doing YouTube just to upload videos, and like I said, there was no community, no it was just a place, it was just a platform to upload your videos to. And so I started doing that, and then, you know, just had the blog, and then I got, I don't know, then let's see, oh, and then that's what I was telling y'all. So then I still wanted to do it again. So when I got my blog, Country Charm by, no, Country, okay, so in 2006, when I, or 7, 8, whenever I'd have to go back and look, I just let the domain go because I closed everything. I closed everything. And so then people come, that some domain that is kind of like has some kind of traction or traffic to it, businesses will buy it up, and that if you want to get it back again, you got to pay them. You got to pay them money to get it back. And so then when I wanted to start a blog, I wasn't paying anybody. It was like $500 to get Country Charm by Tracy domain back, and I'm like, what? What in the world? Anyway, so I'm just trying to look at it. This is turning, guys, this is the true meaning of Easter. And I'm like, I am not paying for a domain. No. So then I'm just adding some more of this green moss to it. That's what I'm doing. So then I came up with Craft Junkie too, because Craft Junkie was gone, the domains. And so that's where I started my blog. And so some of my very first videos on YouTube are under the name Craft Junkie. And it too, because that was just what I had. And so then I did that for a few years. And I had a Facebook page. And it was, okay, so that is how that is looking so far. And so this is just a temporary. If I was going to make this permanent, I would glue all of this stuff down. I would glue all of this stuff down, but it's not. I just want it to be, I want me and my family to, you know, Friday is a special day. It is a memory of Jesus dying on the cross for us. So then I have this little bush right here that I'm going to stick back here. Thanks, Janisa. Anyway, so that's why I love these craft and chats. It's a great way to, you know, get to know me better. I get to know your names on Facebook as well as YouTube. Some of my friends have been with me since the beginning. Some have, you know, fallen off. I mean, that's just the way of the world. Anyway, so now I'm just kind of looks like, I don't know, it's like it has a purple tint, but then it's, I don't know, it's not like purple all the way. And even if I would turn it a different way. Anyway, I really, really, really like that. I really like that, guys. I hope y'all do too. Maybe need to put Judy K says she would keep it temporary too. I appreciate y'all being here, spending a little of your Wednesday with me. Either watching now or if you're watching on the replay, I greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to put this on my little side table in my living room, and so nobody's going to touch it. Let me see if I take this out and put it this way. And so then I can't remember, was it maybe and I don't know, I kind of did the card making, scrapbooking thing for a while, and then I don't know, I kind of, you know, got off of that and went on to something else. And then in 2015, I think, is when I really started to just do my crafts again. You know, my son was older, and you know, I could do those things, and so that's when I really ramped up my YouTube channel again and started doing crafts, you know. Just started doing, oh, and then that's when the gift shop started. That's when they asked me to do the wreaths for them. They contacted me, and so I said, oh, well, I will just video what I can, and you know, do the wreaths and stuff. Some of these don't want to stick. I guess it kind of pulls it out. Anyway, it would have been better if I would have cut the garland, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll use 100 U-pins on there, because then when I take it apart, I will just, oh my gosh, guys, I'm loving this so much. And then I have these little purple flowers. Thanks, Jamie. Jamie says, we appreciate you too, Tracy, and your talent for crafting, and so nice to share. Yes, and so like I said, that is why I kind of like these crafts and chats, because you can get to know me, kind of get to know my story. Honestly, I did YouTube for years, and you know, didn't really interact too much. It was just kind of like upload and kind of forget about it. I know that's sad, but that's just kind of the way of the world. And so then that was way before Facebook had any of this, what they have going on now. Anyway, this little bush came from Hobby Lobby, my favorite store. So just have some of these little purple flowers, and just stick it in. I'm just sticking them in the styrofoam. I don't want to overdo it. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? This is looking so pretty. Kathy says, more natural look. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, I am so glad that I decided to do this with y'all today. And so, you know, I pulled out a whole bunch of stuff because I wasn't quite sure. I kind of like had a picture in my head, but then I wasn't quite sure what everything was going to look like. I don't want it to be overbearing. I want to just kind of add just a little bit, you know, of the different colors of the greenery and stuff. And so no matter if you are watching on Facebook or if you're watching on the replay, if you're watching my YouTube channel, that's where you'll find me, guys, on Facebook and also YouTube. Those two are kind of like the social platforms that I'm on now. I'm also on Instagram. I just kind of post whatever you see on Facebook and YouTube. I kind of share on Instagram. I don't know, that's kind of covering that up. I don't know. sometimes I look at things and then I'm like, eh, that's too much. So also there was a time, and this is just my opinion, there was a time where like YouTube was like, there was no messing up. Like you didn't mess up on any video. You did not show your true self. Just until recently, you did not show any bloopers, or you didn't show any of that stuff because people just, you know, they just didn't get into that until recently, I guess, when the reality TV stuff started coming in. And so I was like, all business, you know. And so, you know, Facebook and then my community on YouTube, you just kind of develop those relationships and you build that community. You get to recognize the names, and that is so fun. Oh my goodness, guys, I love this so much. Oh my goodness, I hope y'all do too. You like, Janisa says she loves the lamb's ear edition. I do too. I love it. And so I'm going to have 100 U-pins in here. I'm just kind of pushing this greenery up behind this one cross that keeps wanting to fall. You know, this cross is kind of like that one kid that is like, sit here, do not move. That is this cross right here. So I didn't want them all to be the same. I wanted the one in the middle to be the different. And then I had pulled out some of this. This is Lily of the Valley. I got this at Walmart. Got it at Walmart. Now, some of these things I've had for a few years because, you know, I'll see it and then I'm like, okay, you need to go ahead and get it. So I'm just going to put a few of these little flowers. And then, you know, nothing's permanent, meaning glued down. So on Easter morning, this is what the Lily of the Valley reminds me of, Easter. It does. I think just the, I don't know what y'all think about the white. Should I put the white flowers in there? Or should I wait for Easter Sunday to put those in there? But I have the little purple flowers in there, just like that. Anyway. And then, of course, when I was about to go live, I'm like, well, am I going to want a little sign? You know, let me pull you back up here. So when I was, you know, going to go live, I'm like, am I going to want to put a little sign with it? You know, I don't know what I love this, guys. I do. I'm getting very emotional. I'm sorry. Guys, he died for me. He died for you. And he's my best friend. He did this for me. I'm sorry. Get emotional. But I'm sorry. Mary Beth says, beautiful. Love the white flowers. Denisa says the white is gorgeous. Beth says very pretty. Thank y'all so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a little ornery kid right here. It doesn't want to stay in there straight, guys. But I just took my husband's grandmother one of these little sewing boxes, and nothing is glued down yet. I don't know. I may get my husband to build me a little box like this to make one of these, because, you know, this is, even though I wanted this for a Good Friday craft, it is something that could be kept out and be a reminder. Anyway, so the garland, the green garland is from Walmart, and I just used my U-pins. I have a big old bag of them because I do quite a bit of floral. Anyway, the little crosses, these two are from Dollar Tree. This one is from Hobby Lobby. I just, you know, stained it with this antique wax. Thanks, Jessica. Jessica said, so beautiful, perfect for Easter. I think so too. I think so too. And I love the addition of the little purple flowers that you can, oh, I'm sorry, the little purple flowers that you can get from Hobby Lobby. They have purple, they have pink, they have yellow, and they have white. Those are my favorite. And then these little Lily of the Valley flowers are from Walmart. I hope they still have them. It's been a while since I bought some of that. Anyway, but I just have some different green moss and some brown excelsior in there. Hey Paula, it's Paula's first time watching. I'm so glad that you're here. This was my craft for today in honor of Good Friday. And so I wanted to make it. I've been wanting to make it. I had it pinned on my Pinterest board. And guys, when I do my pictures and post my pictures on my page and on my YouTube, I will put the pin to give credit. It was to an Etsy shop, but I had seen it on Pinterest, and so it inspired me to do one for myself, for my home. I hope that maybe I've inspired you to do something similar. If you would, please share it with me. Either you can send me a picture on Messenger or join my Country Charm Crafty community. That is where most friends share their crafts with me, things that I've inspired them to do. It's a free group here on Facebook for you to join. Anyway, Beth says, love your vision, creativity, and kindness. Guy, I appreciate that, Beth, so much, but everything comes from the Lord. You know, when I retired last summer after my job of 32 and a half years, and it was just this overwhelming, okay, I got to go do this. And so I said, okay, Lord, you know, you and I are going to do this together. And he's just guiding my path. You know, I may not have as many followers or as many subscribers as some of the other people, but you know what? I want the true people that truly want and truly I'm inspired by my country whimsical crafts, because I want that community to enjoy what I'm doing, you know, and I inspire. So I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm so happy for their success, but I'm okay with having one or two or you know, just having, I have over 35,000 on Facebook and then over 86,000 on YouTube, but that's okay. You know, some people are like, I've been on YouTube for 2 years and I have over 100K. I'm like, okay, good for you. That is my goal. Now, don't get me wrong, it is my goal. But anyway, but this is the type of stuff that I do, and I love it so much. Anyway, I will put pictures, and then when I post my pictures, I will do the pin inspiration so that y'all can see it as well and maybe be inspired too. All right, guys. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Paula. Thanks, Shannon. Oh, thanks. Thank y'all so much. And if there was any questions, I'll go back later and answer any questions. But I hope that y'all like today's craft. And we will talk to y'all soon. Y'all, if I don't see you before then, I'll try to be back live to post another craft. But if not, I hope that y'all have keep it in your heart what Good Friday is all about. And he is not in the tomb. He is risen, and he is not there. He died for you and for me. He rose again on the third day, and that is what it's all about. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. God bless you, and we'll talk to y'all soon.